Okay, welcome back to the Guimarães Chess Open. Um, Still having some technical difficulties. We're trying again, see if it gets better. I would like just to go back to the game from Gregorian. We left the game around here, and white played his move bishop e3, defending the center, the d4 pawn, and black played e5, after which white took on e5. So another option would be to go g5, try to get some space, and after knight e4, well, I guess white has some options like bishop e2, like taking on d4, but white chose to play d takes e5, which is quite logical because white does have the two bishops, and you would like to open the position up. And here after knight e5, white played a very interesting move with queen to a4 check, no, bishop e2, sorry, knight f6, and here queen a4 check. So the black played knight e7. I'm guessing that's after queen to d7, which is the most natural move. White would claim an advantage with taking, and after some knight recaptures, I would say maybe knight d7, knight to b5. And here, first of all, black probably cannot castle. He will have to play something like king to d8. And more important than that, white has the two bishops in an open position, and that is probably why white played like this, claiming to have an advantage in this position. Black cannot connect the rooks, and white having the two bishops would more than compensate for the double left pawns. So after queen to a4, black went knight f d7, and white continued to play very directly with c5, which is very interesting. White is trying to create some weakness on black's position and try to strike before black finishes development, leaving his own king in the center, which has its risks, but it's hard to get there. So black decided to just finish development with castles. And here the opening is more or less over. I would say I prefer white's position. Black has a weak d6 pawn. White has the bishop pair. And that's, I think, is good enough to compensate for the double left pawns, which means that white's king will not really be safe anywhere. White decided to bring his king to the queen side with long castles. So here I guess that another option would be rook to d1, just trying to keep the king on e1, maybe later going for short castles. And here, well, white's king is a bit exposed on the queen side, but it's not so easy to get there. So black went for knight b6, attacking the queen to b4, attacking d6, and now I guess that d6 cannot really be defended, so black went for rook c8. So black is trying to get compensation against white's king. Here, obviously, the most natural move would be to take the pawn on d6. After rook takes d6, I am a bit scared of queen to e7, pinning the rook. Although white has some options to deal with this, bishop takes e5 is one. Bishop takes b6, I mean, is one. Bishop c5, rook d4. Well, here even this might win a piece. So I might be just, I'm missing everything. So after rook d6, black would have to find a different move. For example, queen c7. So trying to attack the king. And another option is queen takes d6, trying to trade queens, where white would definitely be better in the endgame with the extra pawn and the bishop pair. So this is probably what what Diego is thinking about. How to take on g6. White can even make like a waiting move like king b1. It's also another possibility. Although now I would say that a knight coming to c4 is a bit annoying. So I'm trying to figure out the differences between queen takes d6 and rook takes d6. I would say those are the main moves. After rook takes d6, like I was saying, queen e7 seems to lose immediately to rook b6. So let's just get rid of this variation. Play something like queen c7. Other moves are knight to d7 or queen to e8. None of them really convinced me, so I think that black is going for queen c7, trying to get counterplay on the c file. And after something, let's say more or less normal, like king b1, getting a knight to c4 would be quite annoying.
Não, precisávamos cortar o som aqui, precisávamos pôr aqui um quarto. Se o som passa para lá.
Ouve-se muito lá.
Bom, o som deixa isso.
Não há mais nenhum sítio assim mais.
É só aqui em cima. Só que agora.
Leva isto tudo também.
Nós arranjamos um painel aqui à frente, se calhar corta o som para trás. Se calhar vamos aqui. Mas tu estás a comentar hoje as primeiras, não é?
Sim. É assim um bocado chato para quem está a jogar.
Eu sei que é. Eu se tivesse a comentar aquilo que eu ia dizer, se vais jogar bem isto, é tudo. Vocês não sabem. Mas está bom, se fazemos o som já bate.
Okay, sorry about that. So let's go back to this game. After queen to c7, I'm trying to figure out what to play. So first of all, why not just take a pawn? The pawn is hanging, and b7 is then hanging, and black would have to find counterplay really fast in this position. One option is, for example, knight to c6. Queen to c5, for example, bishop takes c3. Okay, so before going to this variation, let's just see if I'm not missing anything. Yeah, bishop b6 looks quite principled, and this would be something to consider, given that it just wins another pawn. Going for rook to b6. And here black, black really has to do something fast because his 2 pawns down and b7 is hanging. So knight c6 makes sense. And now it's a bit of an issue because after moves like queen b3 or queen b5 trying to protect the rook like this, knight d4 is probably already winning the game for black, which is why I was trying to play queen c5. After queen c5 I was trying to play bishop c3. There are other options. For example, knight to d4 is an option, although black would have to get really quick counterplay against that. So let's just try bishop c3 just for the fun, and after bc3 try to figure out what black would do. Black definitely has a lot of counterplay in this position. I would guess that something, for example, like rook e8 is possible. This threatens knight to d4. Let's say white plays a stupid move, knight to d4 is probably already quite strong. The point being that after queen c7, knight to e2 wins a piece. So after rook d8, white would have to find some way to consolidate. There are some options. I would say queen king to b1, steps out of check on e2. And here black will probably have to find some long-term compensation for the pawns based on the white king being weak, which is possible. Moves like queen f4 come to mind, trying to get the rook to attack the queen. Trading the queens is probably not good enough. I mean, black has some compensation, but not far from enough for 2 pawns. So rook d2 is coming. Well, maybe even better is rook d2 here. After a move like there is bishop c4, bishop e5. So it's not really clear that this is so great. For example, bishop c4 is possible. After after knight to e5, maybe black has enough compensation because f2 is hanging, f3 is hanging. Yeah, so after rook d6, queen c7, I would say that taking the pawn is probably a bit too much because of this move knight to c6. So maybe white should go for something less forcing. Although it is not clear what, because knight c4 will be a strong move. Okay, so after rook takes d6, it definitely looks like black has compensation. Whether it is enough or not, I'm not sure. But I would now start to consider queen takes d6. After queen d6, rook d6, white is better for sure. How much I'm not really sure, but once again, it doesn't really matter. I think that what white needs to be worried about is something like queen e8, for example. So after queen e8, black has, for example, ideas of knight to a4 and knight to c4. And here after, so here if you try to stop knight a4 with a move like this, you will get hit by knight c4. And after, for example, this sequence, well, once again, the bishop on g7 is way too strong. So this position looks good for white, but I'm actually trying to see how to even fight for an advantage. Queen d6, queen e8 looks quite annoying because it is not really possible to stop knight c4 or knight e4. I don't see a move that stops both of these threats. And after rook d6, e como é que vai gastar no...
Diz?
E como é que vai gastar lá dentro? Isso fica melhor do que posso
Sim,
mostrar.
tá bom.
Uhum. O que as pessoas dizem. So I'm not sure if white hasn't moved. I would say it's more likely that there is some problem with the game transmission, because 20 minutes seems way too long for someone with only an hour on the clock. I mean, I get this is a critical decision, but White probably has played some move. But once again, I'm not sure what White can do. In order to attack d6, he had to put his pieces in a bit of awkward squares, mainly the king on c1 and the queen on b4. Yeah, and now these threats of knight c4 are really annoying. Bishop d4, so trying to neutralize the bishop with bishop d4 might just be an option. Now knight to c4 is not so strong because instead of attacking the bishop on e3, he traded for the bishop on g7, which is way better. Another possibility would be to change the move order and go for f4. Knight c4 and bishop d4. And here the knight looks a bit scary on c4, but what it actually does, well, maybe it does a bit after this. Not sure. Once again, the queen is on a bit of an awkward square. And moves like queen f6, for example, here. So big decision for white. Once again, not sure if it just didn't play it. If he's still thinking, or not sure if he's still thinking, or if just the transmission is not okay. So once again, let's just check once again this line. Rook d6, queen c7, bishop b6, pawn b6, rook b6, and here I think I wanted to go knight c6. Well, another option is to take with a queen. I should have probably mentioned it earlier, because it does look a bit more forcing. So what can black do in this position? Knight c4, for example. Well, queen to e7, avoiding the queen trade, is also possible. Once again, knight c4 might be an annoying option. But yeah, this might just be the way to fight for an advantage. Okay, so what are the options for black in this position? I'm trying to find a way to fight for compensation on the endgame, but it doesn't seem possible. Whenever the knight comes to c4, bishop takes c4 will just be at least slightly better for white, if not more. For example, here knight c4 takes, bishop c4. Black might just get a pawn on c3, but white would be better at the very least after rook d1, giving up the pawn immediately. Well, here f3 hangs, so not really now. After rook d3, let's say, trying to hang on to the pawn. Black will have to fight hard for the draw. So after queen b6, I would guess that black has to go for queen e7. But here, after a simple move like queen to b1, or even rook to d1 might even be stronger. It looks like white is doing well. King b1 is next. The reason I wanted to play rook b1 is so that after knight e7, I don't have to protect the rook. I can, for example, take on b7 here, even play like queen e3, going back. Well, here I can take because the rook is on b1. I was just making the point that after, for example, king b1, knight to d7, I would have to keep defending the rook. It's a move like queen b4, which might be good, but I would rather keep the rook protected and free the queen. And once again, whenever the knight comes to c4, I'll take it. Black does get some counterplay with the dark squared bishop, but probably black is the one fighting for the truth.
Quer dizer que o Inigo para mim já terminou o partido.
Olá. Inigo? Is English okay? You?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just check that. Yeah, we'll have you on camera. Was this the final position?
No.
Probably have some. Okay, let's just get to the start of the game. I didn't actually see your game. I was looking at the first boards for like past 30 minutes, and we are having some technical issues. Okay, so
Yes, it was at Slav.
Slav defense,
Yes.
exchange Slav. Do you usually play this?
Yes, sometimes. I think it's a very good option to like slowly going improving your position and
Yeah,
very
I-
easy to play.
I've seen it coming up more often recently.
Yes.
I'm not really into the theory. I don't play d4 or the Slav, but I'm guessing some new ideas here. I know that I think Simon Williams did a video series on this. Yeah. Okay. So I'm guessing this is all like standard theory.
Yes.
D6, is bishop f5 possible?
Yes,
d queen
it's
d3,
like the two main variations.
main line with knight e5.
Yes.
Okay.
Queen e4, bishop e7,
Yes, this is
queen c2.
the main line, I guess.
Yes. And now e6 or rook c8.
So this was a6.
The
I'm
other
just
option.
gonna give you the mouse, I guess. So you
Whatever.
can walk us through the game. It's better than me because I understand nothing of this. Just check that we have you. Yeah. Okay, just go ahead.
Yes, this is like the other main option. And this is, I still don't take out the knight because I want to wait whether
Go for
she will
e2
do.
or f3.
No, I think the main option is
Bishop g.
bishop e4, and I can play with this, and then maybe f3 at some time and rook c1 castling.
Of course.
But she played with e6, that I think is rather defensive and passive,
Yes. At least
but it's not a wrong
not
option. It's
bad, right?
just
c8 bishop is suffering a bit.
yes. And now we're still holding to take out the knight because of now she can play with bishop e7,
Okay.
but she did this one, and that's the reason why we still don't take out the knight because now
Now you can play
we can
f4.
play for
Yeah.
and it's very easy to take the position now. The normal moves.
How would you evaluate this position?
I mean,
Slightly better for white.
I know it's like very slight advantage, but that's like what the engine says. But I think it's
Feels easier to play
very easy
for
to
white.
play, very comfortable. It's got all the space, and now I would say some pieces, whether the rook or the queen.
Just
Three,
checkmate.
maybe d4 and d5.
Yeah.
It's very easy. I know it's almost equal to the engine,
Yeah.
but he knows very
it's
well
very
how to
hard to
defend.
play.
Yes,
Very hard to defend.
yes, this is a normal option to try to defend sometimes with the knight, and also the intention of the move is to put this knight in e4. So if I maybe try queen f3, they could make this, and now I think it's completely equal because they can just make f5 and
F5.
move, and it's very difficult to attack. So that's why it's important to not let her
Don't let the knight come to
play
e4.
No, it's normal. I mean, now I'm playing g4, And I don't think she can let me play g5, and if she plays anything, I think I can. I'm not sure if I can play this one.
It's
Maybe
tempting.
because maybe the engine defends easily, but I think it's very maybe g6 and 95. But the point is I don't need to throw this. I can just play like this, and I think it's very difficult to defend from now on. So I think she should play, or now, or even before, 97, trying whether to only f6 or even f5, closing the attack.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I would have done. Maybe g4 anyway, and try to.
For example, your f5.
Right. And I don't know if it's better to open and then read king h1 and use the open spaces, or maybe g5 and try to just mate queen h5, rook f3. I think both are good options, but I think it's easier to defend this because as she played, it's very yes, and now she made a huge mistake because she was like under a lot of pressure trying to defend.
Yes.
And she thought this one.
Okay, trying to get a knight to e4 maybe.
Yes, the thing is that she thought here is taking the rook, and if I go back, the knight's trapped.
Okay.
So she thought I had to take with the pawn, and now I also have to go back.
Still, this feels good for white.
Yes, it's obviously good because I have just a exchange up,
Yeah.
but it's not as easy. I mean, I would have tried to defend, but I understand she tried to just get off the pressure and
Yeah.
try to play this. The thing is, she didn't show that here I can take, and now
In h3, yeah.
and I'm
Cannot take the rook because of checkmate.
yes, and also important that if I let the space for the knight.
Yeah.
And now I have
And after f6, knight to f3. So can you take on c3? What happens? In h7.
yes, I take,
In h5.
came back, I take it. Has to
And
take.
this is just like at least 2 pawns up.
Yes. And not only 2 pawns left, I'm playing g5 and
g5.
knight f5.
The bishop is very bad on b7. Yeah. So completely lost here.
Yes, very easy. So I have exchange completely free, and then I can play the other rook here and have the.
c5.
So wait, sorry. Yes, we here. She played
f5.
f5 directly. Yes, I have to take back the rook.
I guess it's already like close to winning. It's not just
Yes.
winning.
Yes, it's very easy now. I mean, I have this change and nothing wrong. So she tried to get something on the king side, but it's very easy. Just take the file, and she can do nothing to avoid rook c7, and everything is falling. She tried to do something here, but there's nothing, and I just go in there. Now, for example, if queen defending, I can play rook c8, and then it's
Takes f8.
safe, and everything is falling. She tried this one here, but it's everything's falling.
It's complete. Yeah. Mate on g7.
You can try,
Yeah.
and she resigned.
Hit the game hand.
You can
And it's
try. Yes, but
Yeah.
there's nothing to do.
No point in continuing the game, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like a smooth victory.
Yes. Just play.
But let's just go back, try to understand. So you would say that you think that bishop b6 is what was a mistake, allowing f4, or
I mean, I don't consider it a mistake because I know it's not a wrong
it's playable.
and it's almost equal. I mean, it can be bad, but I think that the choosing this opening is very like you have to know you're going to play very defensively and very passively because I have as a white, I mean everything that I am the position.
And maybe
I mean, it's not objectively wrong, but I think it's very
Maybe
uncomfortable to play.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Then maybe here.
Yeah, I think
already
she had to play 97 at
97.
some point and try to play 5 next. I think it's the only option to try to do.
97 and what would you say? Like Queen H3, G5.
Maybe-
What were you intending in this position?
I mean, actually, any of them. Maybe if knight h3, unite, queen
Queen
h3.
H3, F5, I guess.
Yes, and if g6, I can play queen h6. And then
Here, once again, you have this option of going for G5 or G takes. Even this, at least positionally, once again, you feel like bishop is
it's
doing nothing.
always easy to
Yeah, it looked like
attack.
like a fine game. How many points do you have now?
3.5.
3.5 out of 4.
Yes.
Do you have like any idea how it will be tomorrow if you'll be facing someone higher rated or no?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it will be. It will be a very tough opponent, but I don't know if it will be like a little weaker than me or a little stronger, more or less.
Okay. And are you enjoying
Yes,
staying here?
very much.
Is it your first time in Guimarães?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
it's a very beautiful place.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, okay. Thank you for being here. It was nice to have you, and good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you. Bye.
So that was Inigo with his comments on what looked like a fine game. It looks like Black just went wrong very early on with Rook takes C3. Yeah, and just didn't recover from that. There was this nice move, Queen H3. Let's go back to the main games. Ela deve ser da rede. É muito fraquinho.
Se conseguires baixar a latência, acho que havia aí uma cena. Não sei se.
Sim, já baixei aqui já baixei isto para o mínimo. Já diminui os FPS. Mas se calhar não vai dar mesmo.
Não sei. É que aqui dá para ouvir. Pronto, isto agora está a pensar, mas. É a rede. Mas.
Se me estão a dizer alguma
Vai
coisa.
vendo aí no teu, se está a ouvir.
Não está grande coisa. Fica pelo menos depois para o YouTube. Estou a rodar e.
Isso também está a gravar.
Sim, está a gravar.
Bem, então está fixe. Continua aí.
Okay, let's maybe go back to the first board because I was really enjoying this game. Let me just check if my internet is okay. I think that I highly doubt that this is the position on the board. I cannot be thinking for 14 minutes here. Yeah, this is not going so well. Okay, so once again I'm gonna have to stop the transmission for a bit and maybe return in